Okay, it's Sunday. We're ready for another day of streaming. Well, not a whole day, just 3 hours or so. Oops. Got my cup of tea. Got some casserole starting to stew. Letter posted off that I needed to post. Only starting, 5 minutes late. It's all good. All good. So, day 8 aligns currently with another game that I was wanting to continue, and also is in my random to-do list, because day 8 is Star Wars and action adventure. Now, this game itself is not an action adventure game. It's more like a point and click game, but the genre team have not fixed it yet, so therefore I'm taking advantage of that malfeasance. That's a little strong, I know, I'm just being silly. To do some more of Tales of the Neon Sea. I got a copy of this game from Ideal Xbox, and if you want all the, the blurb, please see the previous video, because, yeah. Hi, Sir Khalid! In this game, we are a person with a cat. An old detective, I think, with a cat. This is us here. Can't. You get the idea. So that's him. There's a cat. We did a whole section as a cat, which was great. This has chapter select. That's good. So we're just going to continue where we picked off. Where we left off. I can word. So. Okay. So. Yeah, I believe we're Rex. Yeah, so we're Rex. I don't sort of rethink. I'm terrible with names, so remembering who we are is always an interesting way to start. Also, if you've not been watching the new Who, highly recommend, because it's freaking amazing. Like, seriously, the specials have been some... Well, okay. Last week's was great. It just was not quite as conducive to intense story development. It was still good, but it's definitely some of the best specials that we've had. So anyway, so we are Rex, and we don't live with William. We live with BBX, who's our robot friend on Sunlight Street, and our cat friend is William. So yeah. Hi, Mr. Corners. Have a good luck. So we occasionally play as William. We did a whole section where we, did like a whole platforming thing to go talk to other cats to find out some information and find a piece of evidence for Rex. It was very, very cool. So there are 2 types of cats in this game. There are the bio cats and the mechanical cats. And there are various generations of like the artificial cats. They have varying levels of like subtlety as to whether it's obvious that they are obviously artificial. So Morax was the parts shop owner, repair shop. So we're trying to get a part to fix BBX, I believe. Mrs. Perry got murdered. I believe. I think she got murdered. And Royd is the police captain, who's our friend. And Jenny, I believe, is the... was the killer. It's all very weird. There's a whole thing with a dodgy robot, and Yeah, so we've been collecting case files. There is an achievement for getting all the correct case files. Yes, Mrs. Perry did die. There is this weird robot and a weird device. There's some codey stuff. Yeah, biocats. Biocats and like actual biological cats. Obsession with tinfoil. The first generation, that's how we found out who the fake was, which I believe was like, it was like the mafia boss, the mafiosa boss or something. I don't know, it's really weird. So there's a whole mayoral race between a robot and a human, because there's a whole biomechanical revolution thing going on. There's a whole history. I'm hoping I probably missed a file there, which is going to annoy me. But I'm recording this playthrough, so I can just use it as a reference later if I need to. But I think also they came in different orders, so I might just not finished chapter 1 yet. We had a whole bit in the sewers at the beginning, which was odd. There's a whole feline turf wars going on. So yeah, so that's that. And then this is the history of the chat, which is great. So William is the cat, isn't William is the murder weapon. Okay, so strangely obsessed with tinfoil. The boss acted strangely. Yeah, sorry, it was the boss, the mafiosa boss. And Martin asked us to find out who the biocat first generation was, because it was supposedly the boss of like the real cats. I don't know what's going on there. So anyway, oh yeah, there's also a pretty white cat who William is, I think, romancing. I'm not sure. So we are Rex. Yeah, we've got some like lots of biomechanical parts. We tried to interface with a robot. We've gone to a bar. Hallucination-y thing. We're going to a bar, but I don't know if we're going to a bar for a certain reason because I can't remember. But anyway, we're still in chapter 1. We did a good solid 3 hours, I believe. Oh, is there a... Can we play one of the games? Yeah, so 62 files, I believe, is that. People have unlocked it, so it's doable. There's a couple of speedrunny things, but nothing too bad. So I think the next one is going to be complete chapter 1. We are literally at the end. I think we just ran out of time. Excuse me for the yawn, you know me. Spent a quiet night in the form of William. So there are missables in this. I'm just seeing if there's anything I can see on Mad Magic. And trying. Okay, so there's nothing really on that, but we'll have a look what this is while we're here. Oops. No. Maybe we won't, because yeah, I don't really know what's going on then. So generally, you know, there's some interaction points to get the little codex entries. There'll be interaction points for like story stuff. So I usually try and do a sweep before. This is the staff area. Oh, this is the staff area of the bar. Why would I serve myself when the waiter's doing such a good job? I believe he was Scottish. I don't know. He may have been. So there's 2 people here that we can talk to. There's Royd. Ah, right. Or maybe he was Scottish. There you are. What took you so long? Maybe I shouldn't choose a place so far away. What, the fantasy jellyfish? Crazy name, great atmosphere. It's far for sure, but it's also a good place for a private chat. Today's case is likely to be suppressed by the new Special Mission Squad. I'm still working on getting that photo you wanted. In the meantime, why don't you tell me what's so important about that robot? Well, do you remember how my body began acting weird since the incident at E003 Apocalypse Garden? The gift my old partner Abel left me? Of course, in order to save you, Abel chose to sacrifice himself. With that level of mechanical transplantation, obviously there would be some serious complications. It was around that time when doctors identified mechanical augmentation as the cause of the physical rejection epidemic. And then you suddenly disappeared, so we all assumed. Back then, my brain would automatically receive the thoughts and memories of the robots around me. Every day was like living in purgatory to me. But after a while, I slowly recovered. What happened then? Most of my memories from that time are very vague. Illusion and reality intertwined in my mind, but that hasn't happened for years. When I touched the core of that robot today, I had a similar reaction, a visual hallucination. This time I need to fix it once and for all. My intuition tells me that the problem lies within the device implanted on the robot's brain. I need to dig deeper. I see. I'll get that photo as soon as I can. You need to be careful here. There's more to this than meets the eye. Since we're here, let's have some fun. I brought an old friend who you'll be happy to see. Who's important enough to be introduced by you in person? Hey there, Royd. Rex, I didn't expect to see you here. Zin? Ha! Surprise. I would never have guessed you'd bring him here. Then what you doing here? Thought you moved away a long time ago. I can still hang out here, can't I? If I do own the place. I don't come often though. I'm pretty busy most of the time, but I can still occasionally make time for an old friend. Ha! Zun introduced me to this bar when I bumped into him on a recent assignment, and what can I say? It started to grow on me. We've lost touch ever since he left the team. I heard you went to Sky City. Were it not for my bloody family, I would have joined the specials. I was one of the best, remember? Stop bragging about yourself. Everyone knows you bribed the training officer. So, how about you, Rex? Long time no see. I want to listen to Zun's story. After the basic framework of Sky City was finished, my family moved everything up there. I've been helping with my family business since I left the team. It's a boring story. I heard that there are no robots in Sky City. Ha, that's not true. The aim was to create a harmonious society in which humans and robots could get along. Nevertheless, the robot population is far from what was planned. However, Augusto has managed to get quite a lot of robots into Sky City. Augusto, I see him on TV often, but I wouldn't have guessed he would run for office. Well, this election has become special thanks to Augusto's participation. A lot of things have been going on. That sounds pretty stressful. No wonder you look exhausted. Ha, a lot of trouble indeed. Let's not talk about that today. You're right, let's talk about something fun after all this time. The three laugh about old times and catch up on the years in between. Before they realize it, a couple of hours have passed. Ugh, I'm drinking too quickly. I need to go to the bathroom. You look like you're in trouble. You better hurry. I'll talk to this guy over here. Mr. Know-It-All. Well, well, if it isn't the famous detective. Why, you're here? Are you selling information again? Well, you know that the times are tough right now. Since you're here, have you got anything interesting for me? I've always got something interesting, it just might not be interesting to you. Actually, now that you mention it, I do have something related to that incident that happened 10 years ago. You might be interested in that. It isn't anything important, and I'm not even sure it's true. Let's treat it like a rumor. What do you want in return? Let's play a game of cards. I'll tell you if you win. Play a game of cards with Mr. Know-It-All. Let's do it. All I need to do is beat you in a game of cards. You must really want to give me this information. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm assuming it's like blackjack. Best. Yeah. Oh, I lost. Okay. Confirm. Continue. Right. Blackjack. It's like it took me a minute to figure out what was going on. Not very good at this game. Okay, this one wins. Damn it. Determined to win this. I know there's like a, you know, hit and stick. Except that, you know. Nah, I lost. Okay. Well, we need to do this, and I'm glad we got a chance. Because I would have really been annoyed had I missed that. Hey, we got a blackjack. Excellent. Hi, Subterfuge. Enjoy the luck. Oh, 2 blackjacks in a row. Yay. We won! Oh, and I've got a bloop. Excellent. Blackjack. Beat Chow saying bye in blackjack. Sounds fair. The underground has had some rather active robots lately. Rumour has it that they're looking for the key to how the revolutionists managed to bypass the source code 10 years ago. Ah, okay. Want to try again? Play a game of cards with Mr. Noodle. Yeah, sure. I actually quite enjoyed that. See if we get any different information. Darn. Oh, that was jammy! I did enjoy this game very much. So. This one is for the win. Damn it. Excellent. We won. See if we get something new. Oh, no. Okay. Right, we don't get anything new. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got a bit of information. History. See, they're slightly out of sync. So I haven't been reading these out, but I'm leaving it up long enough that people can look. But if it's a revolutionist right incident, they can harm humans. Special mission squad. Interesting. So, we need to go to the bathroom. Just double check. And I don't know if that game is any easier when you're drunk. I feel like it's one of those things where I need to play it for something or other. I'm not very good at these sort of games. Okay, but I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. Damn it. Well, I got 5. It doesn't seem to be giving me anything, so right, we'll go to the bathroom then. It's just I don't want to miss anything. And, you know, you do have to find the little interaction points. There's no highlighty things, so we will go to the bathroom. And it's saved. Excuse me, sir. My name is Brayden, and I couldn't help eavesdropping just now. Could I have a moment of your time? Talk to him. Great. What is that? Thanks. I don't know what to do anymore. Actually, my friend has been missing for several days. I called the police, but because the call was automated and because I live in the Underbridge district, I don't think anyone paid much attention to me. Underbridge district, that's gang territory. No wonder the police didn't want to get involved. You're that famous detective, right? I'm sure you can find her. I'll pay you. You know what? Let me give you my contact information first. Send me the details of the missing person and I'll take a look. Okay, I'll message you right away. Thank you so much. Don't thank me yet. I haven't promised anything. We're going to wash our hands because it's very important to practice good hygiene. Many thanks, Detective. I'll send you the information later. Is she okay? She looks a bit poisoned. Okay, so I'm glad we talked to that guy there. The other guy disappeared. Okay. What are you doing over there? Come and have another drink. Go back for another drink. Finish the night drinking. No. Okay, no. You guys go on. I'm going to have a look around this place a little more. Ah, okay, cool. So I had the option. I have the option to walk around. So I'm just going to double check. Ooh, hello. This place used to be a luxurious wine bar, and the owner was an extremely mysterious collector. Legend has it that he hid some very important things here. Must be treasure. I heard the waiter say there are strange safes in the back cellar that no one can crack. Treasure may be hidden there. I bet I can crack it. What are we talking? Gold, gems, or valuable antiques? You give me a break. Hey, this guy's been listening to everything we said. Better stop talking. You, stay away from us. Treasure? Maybe there will be some interesting discoveries. Okay, we'll give it one more go. Read 10 times. I want to get through these type of doors. There we go. Every single time. I want a better... Damn it! It's very tricky. Notwithstanding, I'm just not very good at this type of... This, you know what this reminds me of? The fishing in Stardew Valley. Okay. I'm just going to have to hope that there is nothing to do with mad magic there. Otherwise it'll be that like that other game where there was a tower defense thing and I'm just like, no. Staff access to the cellar. Yay! Okay. Yeah, I see you would have missed something. Okay. Because as long as it's not like one of the thingamajigs, it's the wine cellar that person mentioned earlier. Should I take a look around? Enter the wine cellar. Hells yeah. Update. Scary place. Hopefully I can find something interesting. Hey, side task. Find out the secret of the wine cellar. Okay, so there's some sort of puzzle there. Possibly a puzzle there. Puzzle there. A drawer. This cabinet is locked. I need to find the key. Make a monkey out of you. Coconut made. Okay, so it's a W. Interesting monkey maps. Judging by the design, it must have a secret compartment. Ooh. Number homebrewed white wine. Number something 10, something 9. A bittersweet taste. Three pointers of the same length. Does this mean they can be set to a random order? Strange. The bottles on this wine stand are placed in particular order, but some of the bottles are missing. Okay. Homebrewed wine. Okay. Ooh, got a key. Classic style bronze key. Several ripped poker cards. Queen. A 9. And a 3. Queen of clubs. No. Queen of spades. 9 of hearts. 3 of clubs. Queen of spades. 9 of hearts. Queen is 12. Okay. Does make a pretty pattern though. Oh, wait, hang on, it says 11049. Aha! So there. Okay. Got Evanesque Vsop, made by Elvin Yeshurlock Vsop, 4 years old. Sounds disgusting. Right. Maybe there's something else? Because that one... Is there a pattern in the chandeliers? Also, I just have to go stir my casserole. I'll be right back. Right. Casserole is stirred. Feels like there's some sort of message in the lights. No, it was the monkey's teeth, which we've dealt with, but this looks like it would give us something else. I feel like we need more bottles. 211.9? Does 211.9 give us something? No. So there are 4 places we can put stuff. On the top row. There are 2 places we can't. We can't get to the bottom row at all. There's still side tasks. Quick current task, no. Okay, so it's all within here. Okay, well what if we do 4, 2, 3? No. Counting the number of coloured bottles. It's really hard to distinguish. I mean, I can see numbers in everything. It's like there's something with the light shades. Potentially those caskets on top. 1, 3, 6. There's potentially, you know, numbers in the shapes of the cabinets. There's potentially the number of red, you know, whatever, and yellow and green, I guess. Round things in the little slats on top. Possibly something to do with barrels. Definitely something to do with the playing cards. What's this playing? Ooh, more moving outs. Okay. I've also forgot I posted stuff to my Discord, but not actually got my Discord on the computer, so. Hey, right to the bathroom. Yeah. Okay. I've just been looking at the playing cards up close. So I think what I've done is misread the 3, and it's not a 3, it's a 5. So 12, 9, and then instead of 3, let's try 5. That did something. Okay, was that? Prancing Creek, 2119. Okay, well that then fits in the 2119 fit, right? Aha! Something else happened. Okay, so 3, 5, and 7 disappeared. Is that in the clock? Yes. 2, 1, 2, 2. Baldur wine. Gotta be this. Empty brandy bottle. Pretty bottle, memorial. Yeah. Empty brandy bottle, pretty class wine bottle, memorial edition by Velthro in 2046. Homebrewed XO. Amber coloured liquid in a memorial edition bottle, rather classy. The position of the name tags has changed, so the position of the wine bottles has to be adjusted too. Okay. Oh, now we have to play this game, which I dislike somewhat. And I'm gonna have to reset because I always do these wrong. I always do these wrong, and it's like I just never can figure out. There we go. It's always that first step. If I get it wrong, then it's annoying. I had a switch clicking. Did it work? Oh, hello, we've got some stairs. Saving. Probably missed tons of stuff, but we're doing our best. Down here. What's that flashing thing? Who dares enter my territory? Wait, since you are here, you must have solved all the puzzles. You aren't as stupid as you look. Who are you? Who am I? Why, I'm the famous Dr. Wondertails. Well, more specifically, I'm a copy of his consciousness. But there's no difference. Dr. Wondertails was the greatest adventurer of the new generation. The Lord of 1,000 Rizzles. Couldn't decide what that said. I am also the indefinite visiting professor of the University Union, the Blessed Taster, a wine collector of the 7 continents, lifetime champion winner of PDC, and also... The puzzles upstairs were designed by you? Of course, but more importantly, I'm stuck in this computer that's going to be scrapped. Can you get me out? I can offer you a knight's title. You see, I'm a noble marquis, and I have the right to appoint knights. Asked Louis to connect to this computer, and it looks extremely old. How did you get in there in the first place? That's not important. Now be a good gentleman and push the internet connection button, please. Uploading copies of human consciousness is banned? There are many government EIs on the internet that specialize in hunting for private uploads, not to mention the bounty hunters. Don't worry about me, just press the button. After all, I am a great adventurer. No one can catch me. It's a legend. Statue of the Round Dr. Wanted Tales. I've been hearing of his story since I was little. So long, Mr. Knight. Call my name whenever you need help. I will do my best if I hear it. Cool. Well, who's gonna clean up this ancient computer trash now? Ah, forget it. At least I have a knighthood. My Lady Knight Rex has come upon me, and he's ready for some rumpy pump. Okay. Why did you come from the cellar? Only employees are allowed down there. You're not supposed to be here. Don't even try to steal the alcohol. I wasn't. Right, I want to see if I can help the lady in the bathroom. That was bugging me. Oh, guess what? I saw on Miracle Street the other day. Miracle Street? You don't even have enough money to pay the door fees to get into the shops. What could you have possibly seen? What do you mean by that? I saw Fancy Feather yesterday. She was on the 2nd floor. She even smiled at me. You wish. Do you know how much it costs to see her? Why would she smile at you? I'm serious. You applied for a memory shadow yesterday. Don't even care that it cost me half of my annual salary. To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting a look at her myself. Come to my place next time. I guarantee you'll get to see her. Okay, Land of Desire. Okay. That was interesting. That didn't have an interaction point. Now I wonder what I've missed that didn't have an interaction point. Oh well. You know, we'll do our best. That's all we can do. Which means that maybe we can help the lady. There we go. Looks like this lady needs some help. Help her. And we got a bloop for it, so definitely worth doing that. Help out the drunk lady. Thank you so much. I'm feeling better now. Lucky to have met a gentleman like you. You're gonna go throw up with the loo now, right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna click on everything. Because sometimes it doesn't have a thing. Because these people didn't. And they had a thing, so... Yeah. Augusto doesn't stand a chance. Okay. Humans always use equality. Sorry, I'm not going to read out all the little conversations. Because, yeah. But it's nice as always. robots have gone missing. Well, I thought the police were investigating. Okay, the police are working hard enough. Right. Ridiculously low clearance rates. Okay, so... Right, okay. Now we'll get drunk. But we would have missed out on an achievement and some... Yeah, I think we've definitely missed something there, which annoys me. I wonder if there's any way of getting it. Or if there's an index somewhere. Someone's probably done an index on the internet, right? Nikki. We'll have another drink. Go back for another drink. Finish the night drinking. Confirm. What took you so long? Hey, we finally finished. Chapter 1. I just need to plug my phone in. But yeah, there's a lot of bits I've got to go back to, so it just depends if the codex stuff is cross save or whether I'd have to play the whole thing through. But, you know, I could probably do a little speedrunny thing. Okay, so we got 3 so far. So either we get 5 more in this game or we get as many as we can. And I'm gonna play some Lego Star Wars, I think. And then we've got a spell Starfield, and then there's a sequels one. We're chasing our tail basically. Feels like on 12 days. I was held back. Hey, it's on me tonight. Drink as much as you like. I like the sound of that. Huh, are you sure you've got enough booze in this joint? You know that Rex is an alcoholic, right? It's to make a joke about. No one goes home sober tonight. Chapter 2, the guide is gone. Yeah, this is a long game. Ugh, my head hurts so bad. I shouldn't have drunk so much last night. How did I even get back home? I just hydrated. I literally just hydrated. But thank you. Hey, BBX, bring me my sobering medicine. Alright, that mobile junk keeper's out of commission. I guess I'll have to get it myself. There should be some in the cooler nearby. Miss Detective Agency. 10:21, 21:40 Friday. You literally just looked away from the screen for a second. Okay, fine. I'll forgive you. Find the sobering drugs in the little freezer. Can we pet the cat? Ah, Elizabeth. Why are you at my place? Where's William? It's an extra trophy. I'm seeing double. Quite a new file. Glory of the past. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the history one I can retrieve at some point. Character files seem to be fairly thingy-majiggy, so. More that. No good. I guess I need to make some more now. If only I can recall the recipe. There's a copy of it on the wall near the stairs. But yes. This is where my old police badge was. Okay. Police badge. A scratch on it. High temperature to substitute the numbers on the edge of the badge are readily recognizable. 7-1 something 8-5. It looks like maybe 6-4, but anyway. Abel was a robot partner of Rex when he was working in the police office. The short grouping of partners as a robot, Abel was turned away by almost everyone except Rex, who didn't really care. In the years that followed, the two partners worked closely and cracked several important cases. Rex almost died. Abel merged his own mechanical parts with Rex, including the mechanical brain. When Rex was finally found in a coma, Abel was no longer there. Except for a pile of dismantled parts and this badge. Well, that is just kind of sad. Sobering drug formula. Fresh worry-free herb is the key. Okay, so some sort of herb crushed up plus salt goes into a thing, and then M plus E makes pink. Pink plus yellow. Woohoo! Inoxalan, matamide, salt, and the herb. There should be enough ingredients in the studio to make the sobering drug, but the worry-free herb must be fresh. I should go grab some from the living room. Rex. What the hell? Am I still intoxicated? Or is there really a crowd of cats partying in my living room? There's a crowd of cats partying in your living room, mate? Yep. Well, you've got some explaining to do, pal. And who is that new white cat? You switched girlfriends already? I didn't know you were so popular. Wonder Elizabeth doesn't want to come downstairs. Meow. You cheeky little minx. This cat seems grumpy, but I'll leave it alone. These two kittens are actually dancing. I could murder William for this. They filled up my trophy with cat food and knocked it all over the floor. I'm really starting to miss BBX. Oh, this little guy is really going to town on the catnip. What, is he an addict or something? Hey, party we meet again? I guess my washing basket's more comfortable than Mrs. Perry's dumpster. Is that my worry-free herb you got there? Come on, Fatty, wake up. I need that worry-free herb more than you do. Ugh, I need food to wake him up. Did I see some back at the party? Some potatoes are missing. Could they have been eaten by the cats? Food for street cats. And this is what happens when you leave the windows open. Gather already few herbs. There's those bite marks. The group photo of the police academy graduation ceremony. What's everyone's doing now? 38 students, 3 instructors, and they all look confident, happy, and full of hope, as they should after cracking a major drug case during training. Food. Smells funky. Greedy cat. Feed Falkenberg twice. Okay. Worry free herb. Good for internal organs, mental health, and eyesight. This worry free herb should be enough for the sobering drug. It's time to head back upstairs. That should have been a picture showing whether he's eating. Furry blue pig. Well, that's just mean. It's Falkenberg. Monkey mask doing? That is creepy. Did this monkey mask break into my house and hang itself on the wall? Did we steal it from the pub? Report from back when I was part of the Special Mission Squad. I was a real badass back then. Okay, and then it's like, did I miss something? Or is it just going to give me stuff in a different order? I think we just stop worrying about it because I can't really do anything. Little BBX. Beep beep, backup programming starting. It's rebooting. Oh dear. Program restart failed. Beep. I shouldn't have got my hopes up. Files are on the floor again. These damn cats need to be taught a lesson. They better not let me catch them. Got a medical report. I saw pathology report. I can't believe it's still there. Hallucinations and disordered consciousness are messing with my mind again. I thought I got rid of them, but the hallucination yesterday made me feel... Okay, so we got 35. Ah, there we go. See, that filled it in. Okay. Medical report on Rex. Severe damage on his human body. It's possible to be beyond possibility to be restored. High intense cyborg alteration operation was carried out without first undergoing the rejection test. Serious rejection between the mechanical and physical body parts. Unstable in terms of physical and mental status. Large chance of, yeah, basically death. Collected the herbs, so now I just need to follow the recipe. Smush the herb. Oh, I didn't see what that said. yellow. Worry-free blending agent. Okay, so add the yellow. Mix the green. EX mixture. Sobering drug. Safe and effective sobering drug made from a secret recipe. Hasn't killed me yet. Bottoms up. And a bloop. Kapow, what a hit. Phone ringing. Good morning, Lloyd, and what a beautiful morning it is too. Rex, you're sober already. We were pretty wasted last night. I'm feeling much better thanks to a few colourful chemicals and a pinch of herb. Don't tell me you took that old quack sobering drug. Are you still drinking that? About the photos of the implant device. The new SMS has locked up the whole case and no one can access it anymore. There's no way we can get the photos now. Your hands are pretty tied, aren't they? Oh, okay, I got it. And the message. Okay. Who the hell is breathing? Did I accept a keys while I was drunk? I need to stop doing that. Thank you very much for accepting this task. I've included all information regarding my partner, Angela, in the appendix. Hopefully it will be of some use. Thanks again. Angela, 17 years old. Arithmetic ability, level 6. Power, limit value 54. Model, Z-F_074. She likes human beings and lives a life like a human being. Bubbly personality. 2130 to 2139. Worked the Bellflower House in Underbridge District. 2039 June. Now working as a waitress at Fantasy Jellyfish. Oops, sorry, just flicked my D-pad off. A missing robot case in Underbridge District. This won't be easy. Roy can't get the photograph, so I need to draw that thing from my memory and ding dong. Who would show up here this early? Could it be a new client? Hey, Mr. Detective, you have a parcel. Oh, a parcel? The parcel is addressed to Mr. Rex. There you go. Have a good day. That courier girl looked weird. Maybe it's a side effect of that drug cocktail. This parcel is for me, but the rain has blurred the sender's name. The address is still vaguely recognisable. Is it the Underbridge District? My friends there would never send me gifts. I better scan this before opening it up, just in case. Nothing on the sensors. Let's open it. It's a really disturbing fuzzy bunny rabbit. A fuzzy bunny rabbit who's bold enough to play such a prank. An airy eyeball is sewn to the right eye. This looks like this is evidence from the Score Hotel murder case. There are sewing marks on the chest of the puppet. What's been sewn inside? This device looks like the one in the robot's brain yesterday. And the symbol on the side is from the religion Bison. Oh god, yeah, there's a whole religion as well in here. You are... No? What's going on? Long time no see, detective. Phew, I had the same hallucination as yesterday, but why would that guy appear in it? Is he still alive? I shot him that day, but his body was never recovered, and I haven't had a thing about him since. This bunny rabbit belongs to the victim of the Score Hotel murder case, where Noah murdered that family of 4. What does the sender want by sending me a fluffy toy in this device? This device is a symbol of Poisson that Noah used a lot, and it looks like the implant device found on the Stuart robot in Mrs. Perry's apartment. Let's go ask the old man at the repair shop about this. He loves stuff like this. Shall I head to the repair shop now? Finish up at home first. Yeah, just should probably. Aha. Oh, the documents unknown, the linked cases are here. I won't ever be able to forget about this investigation. Whoa, okay, so 21st of Feb 2125. Location Arthur Forey Town, Old Estate. Case murder. Victim Lisa Caucasian, female 27 years old. On civilian housewife. The witness is the victim's husband, Mikey, delivery man. Witness filed the victim murdered when he got back home from work. The murderer mutilated the victim's body and created some type of sculpture with the body parts and a damaged town robot. I was going to say it's usually the husband, but this sounds very deranged. Blood and suspected murder mutilation tools were found at the crime scene. Nothing relevant to the murder was found, so Mikey's considered the prime suspect at the moment there. Addendum. Mikey developed depression after the murder and committed suicide a year later. Note 1. No conclusion can be made regarding the situation of missing organs due to a lack of information. Note 2. Following the bizarre murder of Starlight City singer, investigators brought up this case again, believing the two to be linked, and thus part of a serial murder case. Forensic experts who performed the autopsy had different opinions, as the way the murderer created the sculptures was messy and orderless in the Arthur Forey Town case, while the mutilation in the singer sculpture murder case was highly skillful. Detective Gadget holds reservations as to the opinions. Well, yes, but it depends on when they were chronologically, and usually these murderers involve. Police notice to all public security bureaus, September 7th, 2026. The Arthur Forey Town and Starlight City sculpture murder cases are now considered to have been committed by the same suspect. Currently, the suspect is still on the loose, so police forces from all over the state will work together to track down the murderer. Suspect information: male, 20 to 25, about 170. Slightly thin in stature and likely to be mentally disordered. Great. So just because he's murdering people, he's mentally ill. The suspect is believed to be isolated and unsociable and capable of avoiding detection. Crime scenes are distinct. Personal vehicle. Wait patiently. They're required to check all vehicles and people coming to the state, keep a good record of relevant information. Someone with connections to the police recently revealed the singer Cheryl's murder as part of a serial murder case. The murderer remains still on the loose. Our reporter questioned the police spokesperson during the press conference about the rumour, did not receive a direct answer. As the watchdog for civilian personal security, we sincerely hope the police can take appropriate action instead of covering up their failings by holding back truth. Starlight Times, July 4th, 2026. Yesterday, the famous female singer Cheryl was found murdered in her dressing room mere minutes before she was due to perform at City Hall. Her mutilated body parts were found combined with those of her robot assistant into a religious sculpture by City Hall staff. Found by City Hall staff, not combined by City Hall staff. Said an anonymous source. Was this atrocity committed by a radical and fanatic congregation? So far, no religious organisations claimed responsibility for the murder. Such a brutal and heinous crime. Well, case record. A security staff member found the sculpture made from victim and Roman robot's mutilated body parts in the dressing room. Sculpture nicknamed Son the White because of its look. Detective Gadget in charge of the crime scene found signs of new god Bason at the bottom of sculpture. The rest of the victim's body was put in a container and stored in the victim's personal locker in the theatre. So, missing organ, trachea or throat. Note, the murderer removed the throat while the victim was still alive, so the chances of organ selling or transplanting is high. Transaction records on the human organ black market should be watched closely for possible clues to the murderer. According to the autopsy report, the throat organ was not found in either the sculpture or among the rest of the body parts, but she was a singer, so I'm feeling like he took the symbol of her power or something. Did it say anything about... No, it didn't say anything on that one. Religious sculpture, new religious group. God called Bason from the Roman service has fusion and communication. Sacrifice ceremony. Bizarre and incomprehensive. Kind of similar to the shaman ceremony of some tribes. Don't think they have anything to do with the murder. The murder may be an independent believer whose mental disease. All the murder does is distract us and mislead the police. Okay. Excluding the first case due to insufficient records, all murders prior involve victims with missing organs. The organs were taken away by the murderer, but the reason why is unclear. As per the forensic expert testimony, the murderer seems to be refining his skills and familiarity with anatomy, but why is he doing this? Forensic expert proposed a possibility during communications. The murderer has been using the stolen organs to replace some diseased organs. The reason he's been practicing his skills is to help with carrying out organ replacement. Who could be the one that has the diseased organs? In the third case, a pattern similar to the summoning ceremony was found at the crime scene, in addition to other marks of cult sacrifice. Like to be a follower of Son. Fanatic religious ceremony. Very precise when it comes to ceremonies. I keep on calling him crazy, it's annoying me. Oh yeah, top secret, top secret, top secret. Reinforced gene experiment code 1887, classification level top secret. The experiment to reinforcing the intelligence of the test targets through genetic modification has been successful. However, it's a shame there's a high chance of sequela among the descendants of the test targets in this experiment. Since will develop disease organ collapse because of the incomplete inheritance from the modification of chromosome, genetic sequence, etc. Test targets have a genetic sequence that respectfully affect the pancreas, throat, liver, kidneys, and skin. Supposing the missing organs in the Arthur for Return case was the pancreas, then the order of missing organs in the later murder sequences matches the order of the genetic sequences. The murderer is highly likely to be a descendant who kills to replace his diseased organs with the normal organs of victims. Only the descendants of the test targets can meet his requirements. Skin peeling in the fifth case was a small amount, and it's far from enough, as once the skin starts to develop symptoms, it will expand to the whole body. The fifth case is likely to be just a trial to get the skin, and the murderer is going to kill again in order to get the complete skin. Ew. In the last meeting, Victor and various other participants decide the likelihood of the murderer returning to Silent City is very small. Prepared in more than meets the eye. We've caught a break. There were 1,766 test targets in this odd experiment, and only 157 targets survived. There are 41 descendants of the survivors, and only 11 of them have remained genetically stable after 3 generations. Looking at the sculpture murders, so far the victims were all female, and if we exclude the ones who only have male descendants, the ones left are all ancestors. And of the serial murder victims. The last one is John Tott, Special Investigator of the Intelligence Agency, died during a drug case. Son Victor Tott, daughter Lenny Tott. P.S. Lenny Tott is currently studying in the Muzuzan. Okay. Placed organs proven through evidence from the reinforced based on previous cases. Throat, liver, and kidneys. Okay, file of the High Sea Cruise case. International waters. Not September. 9th of January 2027. AED board on a cruise ship, High Sea. All board members were killed in the private conference room aboard the ship. According to witness reports, killed during the celebration party. The ship staff didn't notice anything abnormal, and nothing unusual was captured by the on-site monitor system. Technicians later found that the conference room monitor had been modified by the murderer when showing a pre-recorded loop under cover of which the murderer killed everyone in the conference room. At the time when the ship was found, 41 people, including people from AED and ship crew, had been killed. Some body parts of the dead were arranged with servant robots in a sculpture of the Messenger Garden. A large ceremony said it was marked at the bottom of the sculpture with blood, apart from the body parts that were made into the sculpture. All body parts were cleaned with water and placed carefully on the deck. The liver of one body was confirmed missing after the investigation. Murder is believed to be a skilled hacker, which is something not noticed in previous cases. Might be self-taught. In 2025, the government decided to investigate in Robot Riot Police AED won the contract. At the time when the new chip was about to be completed, all board members were killed. Afterwards, AED was published by IQM, which is now believed to be closely involved in the case. Note 1. The Special Mission Squad believed the murderer is very familiar with the prison environment and monitored areas, suggest he could have worked out or been incarcerated in the prison before. There's no further progress. Note 2. Skin peelings were found on the deceased chest in this case. Location: Carbon Prison, Moore and Norse Coastal Cape. Carbon Prison sculpture. Victim: Marie, gender. Witness: Smith, gender. Oh, no, wait. Victim: Maria, gender female. Witness: Smith, gender male. Okay. Some of the punctuation and stuff in this is and spelling is a little off, but it's fine. I'm just need to apply a filter, which is tricky. Various victims went to police officers. Witness entered Subblock C to find the victim. She was late for shift change. Found the victim and several prisoners killed and mutilated. Murder destroyed a prison service robot violently made into a sculpture of the twig of birch. CSI later noted skillful technique. Witness sounded the prison alarm. Monitoring system failed to notice anything or anyone suspicious. Neither did any prisoners. Nothing related to the murder's identity was found at the crime scene. Still investigating how they entered the prison, committed the crime, and escaped without detection. That is a very bad prison then. Okay, Scott Hotel south from the new Synod of St. Bix State. Scott Hotel sculpture. Family of 4 killed and mutilated in the hotel room. Some body parts made into a sculpture of the king on white wings. Crime scene investigation records. Also missing organ kidney on this one. The murderer followed the wife, who went back to the room herself and killed and mutilated her. Body was made into a sculpture. Husband returned to the room early with 2 children, 11-year-old boy and 12-year-old girl. After getting the wife's text message, 3 victims were killed and mutilated in a similar way. Parts of the bodies were sewed together with the body parts of the first victim to make the sculpture. This is giving me major Saw vibes and also a little bit of Cthulhu because of the king of the... just the names of the sculptures and stuff. A little bit Lovecrafty. Definitely Saw vibes. Yeah. No fingerprint, other identifying. Left kidney of the grown-up woman and right kidney of the girl were not found at the scene. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Found and retrieved a beak mask after the fight with Noah. No traces of skin or hair, but slight traces of liquid. Upon investigation, sweat and soluble cells were found. According to this, person seems to be without an external skin layer. Ew! Resulting in residual dissolving cells on the mask. Experts assume this is a result of gene mutation. DNA doesn't match anything in no gene pools to the point where it's difficult to even call the creature human. Ew, ew, ew. Okay. Explosions. Rescued Lenny found targets. Target detonated the building after its left eye was shot. Trapped in the collapse. Okay. Federal police have announced the establishment of a special missile squad to deal with the recent serial murder cases. Famous Detective Gadget of Starlight. That literally looks like Inspector Gadget, the one on the left. Like da 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 da. Inspector Gadget da 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 da. So it's probably a little bit of a nod because that is just so similar to the animated series. An international security investigator, Victor, are designated team leaders. The federal government put high expectations. Blah, blah. Special mission court established. Directed effort. Murderer simply directed the police into a trap. Great. Named Gadget. Joined the police on the 6th of September 2117 and worked in CSI and forensics. He solved several important cases, one of the most excellent detectives in Starlight City. On 5th of August 2126, Gadget was killed in action regarding the sculpture cases. He lost his life while trying to protect innocent civilians. The police team are grieving for Inspector Gadget and all Detective Gadget and urge all police to work together to catch the murderer so that Gadget didn't die for nothing. Wow. You see, they haven't confirmed that the pancreas was missing on that one. They said that one was the pancreas, the first one. So, yeah. See? Yeah, okay. Brief description of Noah the sculpture's serial killer. Like a ghost? Could be still alive. I'm guessing that's going to be one of the big bads. Why are there cat paw prints on there? actually want to go to the bathroom. This is I'd say it's a huge house, but it could just be one really long skinny bit. I'm very disappointed in you, William. Chat about missing robot. Seems like Alex is going to win the election for sure. Why is that? Missing robots have stirred up such a controversy that no one wants to vote for Ramos Augusto in case they get in trouble. What do you want to chat about? The murder? Goodness, Mrs. Perry. Goodness me, Mrs. Perry was killed. I heard the murderer was a robot steward of a high-ranking official. I knew these robots were nothing but trouble. I also hear that a little girl witnessed everything. Poor girl. She must be having nightmares. Someone said he's leaving, and I hope he likes my kite. Grabbing my little cheeses now, not suffer for any good pain in this digital world. You will get all he wants. A little puppy that looks like cheese plays happily on the screen. But why do I feel so miserable inside? Because you killed your puppy and turned him into a digital pet. Sticky fluid. Okay. I need to go in this robot shop, but I am going to check for stuff. Probably won't see you or Roberto again, but whatever it is, the kite in the sky, think of the friendship between them. I heard something horrible from the society, poor Mrs. Perry. We used to go to the anti-robot parade together, and she's the kindest person in the anti-robot society. I can't believe she was killed by a robot. I'm not allowed to associate with those dangerous robots anymore, Arnold. Okay. Oh, homeless guy. No matter a robot. Three principles restriction. Clips garden. Stuart's not coming back anyway because the two candidates are making a big fuss about the case. He used to be quite a successful person, but his life went downhill after his lover was killed. He ended up as a homeless man on the street in the end. His lover? Are you talking about that singer 13 years ago? Christopher told us himself, but he might have been drunk talking. It's happened there before. Okay. So, no thingy. No more notes, but some gossip. It's you again. Did you finally decide to become my test subject? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. I came to ask for your opinion on this piece of tech. Does it look familiar? Device from mysterious parcel, similar to the device found on the butler robot in the Perry case. What is this? Is it a device that improves computing ability? Which robot's electronic brain did you cut open to get this? It's against the law to install external devices on electronic brains. Was this device connected to a robot's electronic brain? Of course it was. Look at these 3 port wires. Does this thing interfere with the inner core directly? This is unusual indeed. However, this is some master craftsmanship, likely from the Underbridge district. You know, illegal alterations like that aren't uncommon there. The Underbridge district? It looks like I'll need to pay that police a visit. Hey, an old buddy of mine might know what this is. He has a workshop on Square Street in Underbridge. Piddly little place compared to mine, of course. He's called Charles, and you won't be able to miss his huge white beard. So if you're not actually going to buy anything, can you please piss off? Of course, my darling. To figure out how to get to Underbridge. How to get to Underbridge? Do you go over the bridge to go under the bridge? Or read this way? Is this way? Okay, maybe we go the other way. Gotta figure out how to get there. Also, probably as we're doing a scene transition, I should it's auto saves. Do a quick break and okay. It said I needed to go to Underbridge. Let's take the bus. There we go. So the bus to the Underbridge district stop. Should I wait? Underbridge district's pretty far away. Hope I have credits on my bus card. Know why that disgusting twisted murderer who's responsible for the serial killings 13 years ago has never been heard of in all these years. It surprises me he would appear in my hallucinations. Is it really him? Why would he appear all of a sudden? And this device and the thing from a robot's brain, why would they provoke my hallucinations? Is it a coincidence or are they connected in some way? All the clues point to the Underbridge district. The latest missing robot cases all happen there, and the police don't even bother to look into it because that area is considered to be a wasted land of losers. Nice. I don't know whether the king still remembers the little conflicts I had with him back then, so I need to be careful. That's his territory. However, illegal alterations are pretty common there, so it's likely that I can find information about this device. A device that gives me a hallucination of Noah, a fluffy rabbit in the post. I don't feel good about this. Hey, Ned, if you don't pay up tomorrow, you're going to lose more than just an arm. The Underbridge District entrance, 21st of October 2021, Friday afternoon. Okay, well, we're just going to stop here. I have the hiccups. We're just going to have a small pause, and I will be back in a few minutes. In back. Got myself some hot new tea. Had a bit of a stretch. Right. Now let's talk to the lady. Pal, you don't look so good. I pop up every now and then, and I'm quite used to it now. This is my home, so I try my best to ignore their harassment, but these guys are relentless. They won't let me live in peace. It's probably time for me to move. Can you help me out? I can give you something as a reward. Help the scavenger? Of course. How can I help you? They threw my arm down below. Could you get it back for me? Okay, I'll take a look for you, but I can't promise anything. Thank you very much. Okay. It'll work, okay. But we can go down there. Let's just have a look down here anyway. There's the missing arm, but there's no way I can reach it. I need a tool to get it. Leave me alone. Can't you see I'm busy working on my treasure? Okay. Hey, you get your filthy hands off my precious torch. Okay. Arms way too out of reach. I need some kind of tool. Odd U-shaped magnet. To unlock each rod in order, I need to figure out the sequence. Okay, what's on top of everything? What are you up to now, troublemaker? Stay away from my treasure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna run over here and grab your torch then. Precious torch. I have enough materials. I can assemble some props here. Okay. Type magnet. But rubbish can't go anywhere. Spring! Rusted spring with resistance. Ooh, quite a new file. The riot trooper like the one in Norma's repair shop. How did this military machine end up here? Ooh, we got a blooped war machine. Acquire first and second generation violent trumper files. Nice. Upgraded. Excellent. So it's possible the history I missed it, but it's also possible it's just out of order. Because we got case files out of order. Though everything else has been in order, so it is more likely that we missed that particular history entry, which annoys me. actually. We'll just check. There's nothing. Ah, that was just a quick way down. Running out of patience with you. Touch my machine one more time and I'll be trouble. No worries, mate. I'm just gonna go and touch your thingy over here. I can make something with what I have now. Magnetic nozzle. Sprinkler with electrolytic magnet, not highly functional. Magnetic gun. Magnetic gun made of materials collected from the landfill site. Retrieve the mechanical arm with this. Scavenger's arm, model NON55 mechanical arm, made by the Noah Company more than 10 years ago and quite popular. I should get back to the scavenger now. I like the little side quests. It's like a little mini RPG type thing. It's a point and click RPG. Thanks for getting my arm back. I don't know what I would have done without it. Don't mention it. I hope you know how to reattach that thing. I'll find someone to fix me up. In the meantime, I guess you're going to the lower part of under Bridge District. Take my white card. I don't need it anymore, and you can't proceed without it. This is, with this card, not only can you go in and out of the Underbridge District freely, but you have access to Flower Night Town as well. They've got no security there, and there's no way you can get in without this. Even though white cards only grant access to low security areas, outsiders can't acquire one without paying a lot of money. Thank you again for your help. It's time for me to leave. White pass card. Excellent. I got a reward. Retrieve the robot's lost arm to require that. Does that mean that we couldn't have gone without doing that? Okay. Let me just have a look, see what we've got today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we've got 8. Alright, well, I don't know play any Star Wars then. I can play Star Wars for the next challenge, so that should mean that we've completed day 8. So now it's a case of we're not going to stop playing this, by the way. We're going to continue for another at least half an hour. But I've completed the 8 Banthas milking challenge in 7 days. Okay, so we did challenge 1, a gruesome fatality. We did a genre bingo, which actually had point and click in. I was very pleased. We also finished the collateral damage game. We played some more Winter War. We did Stray, the sleeping achievement in Stray, and we played some Desolation. Then we did the 2000 Years. We did those in Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. We did the 3 Gates of Boulder with some interesting ratio achievements. Then there was the 4 Corrupting Evils, one of which we did in Power Watch, which was nice. They weren't too bad. The High Five Rush, the Hack and Slash, we did all that in Minecraft Dungeons, so I was quite pleased with myself. Some high ratio ones there. 6 Keys to Fighting, the crossplay. We did a couple of the escape room games, the ones by OnSkull, because there were some for basically escaping on your own or multiplayer alone, so not doing any of the ones that we could have got with Jesse. Except there was one for completing it in half the time, but you know, there's also one for completing it in over the time, so you know, half the time one's easy to earn whilst doing the solo ones. And then we did one in As Dusk Falls, so that was fairly simple. The retro titles, we did Ghost Trick, and then we did some Phoenix Wright, because honestly I was falling asleep playing that one on stream. So we did episode 3 and episode 4 in game 2, Justice for All. We may go back to it. I left my save file, so we could go back to it. I just zoomed through it. And then we've just gotten all of these in Tales of the Neon Sea. So now we're on to Spell Starfield. So valid S achievements. There are plenty of S's. I don't know what we're gonna go for, but I'd say we probably have plenty of S's. Is it likely we're gonna get an S in here? Okay. We're not gonna get to Shadow. We're not gonna get to chapter 3. We're still in chapter 2. Just looking at the first letter now. No. So we've done 18 of these achievements. So we'll do a little bit more of this mystery. Then I will continue with my challenge in my own time. We are 56 achievements away from a bean dive recovery. Ideally, I would like to do that this year. So preferably not starting any more new games. Unless we need to, because we don't have any in whatever genre it is for whatever thing. But yeah, let's do a little bit more of this. And then I will return to my casserole. So, let's see where in the next, like, 3/4 of an hour we get to a natural stopping point. Demolition tank. Construction job. Pass. Paid my taxes this month, didn't I? Rules have changed. Now you need to prepare the entire year. Well, got a problem with our rules? Didn't you see what happened to the last guy who had a problem? No. What I was trying to say was I don't have enough money. So can you give me a couple more days? Make sure you bring the money before the end of the month, or else. You trespassing? No pass, no entry. No pass, no entry. Ah, so it's definitely a required one. All you have to do is ask. Got my pass right here. Good for you. You're free to enter. Balfour Town into the district. Hello there, sir. Welcome to the most exciting place in all of Miracle Street. The city's most beautiful ladies await you inside. Is that so? Are they as beautiful as you? I can assure you, sir, that they eclipse even my beauty. Aw. Ooh, hello. Hey, little guy, be careful. He totally stole something off you, mate. Wait, my wallet. Damn it, my pass. I need to take the next elevator. I hope I can make it. Will it just stay there? Can't waste it. Okay, fine. There he is. Hey, you little punk, that's my wallet you stole. Oh no, he's coming. Talk later a bit. I'd run. I don't know what the button is for running. Kid's always the same. He's not a bad kid, really. Just a tough childhood growing up with no family except for his sister. His old habits die hard. Well, someone can finally teach him a lesson. I'd rather just have my wallet back. You fool, catch me if you can. He wanted me to follow into the alley. It's obviously a trap. I have to figure something else out. For the rubbish, can't go any further. Ladders too rusted and worn. Right, it's got to be Charlie. Just chasing that little boy in the red clothes. Damn right I was. The little punk stole my wallet and disappeared into the alley. He was stealing again. Don't worry. I'll help you get your stuff back. That's what happened? Right, relax, young man. Lola will get your belongings for you. Why don't you sit down and allow me to give you an examination? Yes. You can detect my arguments. Hang on, Charles, workshop. I guess that makes you Charles? Indeed I am. Charles, a downtrodden mechanic in Underbridge at your service. It seems you know of me. Morax has sent me to find you. Maybe you can help. Device from the mysterious parcel. Let me take a look. A device directly connected to the quantum brain. The craft's pretty complicated. No wonder that young man asked you to find me. This thing is equipped with an anti-analysis mechanism which will destroy the interior hardware if opened. This is what I like to call a challenge. Wait, give me a moment. Actually, I may have seen something like this recently. Alright, 5:15. I serviced a robot not long ago, and there was an external device like this one jacked into his electronic brain. Was it a robot from Underbridge District? Right, I remember now. It was Brank from the Bellflower House. Yes, and Dr. Edward asked me to help identify the device. I noticed that this thing was in hibernation mode, and that irreversible damage could be done if it were tampered with, so I left it intact. It seems that a lot of people are looking for Brank recently. Now that's a robot with a story. Where can I find Brank? It's probably best to ask about Brank on Miracle Street. He's the maintenance technician for the big boobies. I mean, the virtual tour guide Canon. The people over there should be able to help. By the way, if you happen to see my grandson, it's worth asking him about it too. Recently he's taken an interest in the robots that have been disappearing lately. His name's Nanko. He's a little robot and a budding detective too. Nanko? Sure, I'll ask him. Okay, we've got some new files. Right. Okay, Charles. 88. And Brank. 52. Technician. Back if you've got any physical problems, betting than going to that Morax fellow. He's barely out of diapers. How old is Morax? He's 11 years younger than you. He's not. My wallet. You slacking? It's help massage your tired muscles and bones, eh? Oh, you don't know that 2 days from now is Grace Day, Underbridge's most solemn festival. My partner here is trying to ask us what we're going to do if the statue isn't fixed in time. Don't worry, I'm on it. I'll be finished today. I certainly hope so, because we both know how much I enjoy kneading your back with my fists. Mario, the dignity of the king is in your hands. Just try and fix that statue on time. After this job, I haven't seen my dear Hidoshi in quite a while. My mind is wandering and it's difficult to concentrate. Darling Hidoshi, without you my life is no fun at all. Huh? Who are you? Forget it. Wherever you are, can you do me a favour? I need to finish restoring the king's statue before Grace Day, so I haven't had time to visit Hijoshi. It's driving me crazy. Oh, it's going to be a hooker. Sorry, sex worker. Lady of the Night. Can you pass this note on to Hijoshi for me? It's a love letter. All my feelings are written out on this page. Should I help Mario? Yeah, sure. Let's see the address. Nightflower Town. I'm not familiar with that. Hijoshi works in a maid cafe there. It shouldn't be hard to find. I'm entrusting you with this important mission. Probably shouldn't look at it. We won't look at it. Professional electroplating equipment. I know it's not right, but I'm really curious about what's in the love letter. Should I take a look? Yeah, totally. Even though it goes against my character, I'm just too tempted. I'll just take a quick look. My love, Hijoshi, the one who I miss each day and night. It's been several weeks since we last saw each other. Even though I haven't known you for long, I have fallen for you so hard that I can't live without you. When that gigantic corgi fell on me and you saved my life, I thought I saw a goddess. I was blown away by your beautiful face and the mature toned body underneath the maid's dress. Your gorgeous body is a work of art made by a 3D printer. My dearest love, Hijoshi, the world flutters every time you blink your eyes. I have been very busy lately, but as soon as I have a moment, I will run to you right away. My honey, Hijoshi, I can't wait another minute. With love from your Mario. Mysterious force made me open the letter to witness such sincere love. This Hijoshi must be a very talented girl. Oh, please be a lovely, mature woman. That would be great. Can't believe he built such a giant statue for himself. His Highness is still as high profile as he always was. King of the Underbridge. That's a gang leader. Okay. Safety rope. Ah. Ridiculously big diamond in the belt of the statue. Be a shame if someone were to accidentally, you know, steal it. Oh, we can't go through without our pass, can we, though? We got a safety rope. We're going to go down to the street level, the little bit with the washing machine. Perfect spot for a contemplative shit or not. A modified mini vacuum cleaner might be useful later. Type of uses semi-circular. Need a tool to get it off. Accumulator. Truck's lights are missing, okay. So many people gathered. Water main broke. Now it's been cut off. Plumber disappeared last month and no one can find Brank, the other handyman. Maybe the old man from the workshop can help. Hey, you and the goats. You've been staring at it for long enough. Can you help us fix the water main? Repair the water system? Sure, maybe I can give it a try. Need to look what's wrong before I can be sure. Then come over here and check it out. Just don't screw up. Looks like the separator is broken, so we need a new one. I'll go to the workshop. Maybe the old man can help. Couldn't stand the fresh air of Sky City, so I came back to ground level. I could smoke my cigar in peace down here. Cool. Well, you can die in peace then. Still side tasks. Quick current task, no. Shoot, don't do that. So man, I guess I have to do it myself. Take engine. Automated assembly. BX, I should remember to ask. Okay. Wow, there are so many blueprints. The old man must get bored. Let's see whether I can find something useful. God's touch. Be a key element for robotic restoration. It might help fix. BB-8. Heaven's Door. Soul separator. Need to find the parts. Transforming Billy. Don't use it on a ruby, or don't use it on the ruby. Finished. Intelligence, finger and vision. Several things then. Eye controller. Transform to Billy. Custom-made trigger. Yeah, let's just randomly steal shit. Accumulator. Yeah, it's one of these things. It's like, this is a separatable structure. Crowbar. It's one of those things. It's like, only in a video game do you just steal the shit out of everything and be nosy out of everything. I don't know why I put that on the toilet. I think it's just because I could. This is also the problem in video games. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Okay. What a strange device. So, a warning advice against using it on rubies. I do remember seeing a giant ruby back at the statue. Electroplated anti-any bond. And we need a half, I think. This can only go very, very badly. What the? The ruby seems to have amplified the laser beam, but it's out of juice now. What if I can power it back up somehow? It's a ruby, it's a laser belly. Goblin of the forest. Grade transformer belly. It's a laser belly. Perfect. Should be juice with a shop the laser belly. It worked. So all that just to make a semicircle. Gotta go make the soul separator. I mean, soul separator don't sound very great as a use in a water supply. Or if the water does have a soul. Okay. Try the water. That worked. Now the entire device should be operational. What? We fixed it. Well, I guess now we can call it a day. Good times at Miracle Street awake. Oh, wait. Wait. Need your draft? Fix the water supply. Miracle Street. Interesting. So yeah, legalizing that sort of stuff makes it infinitely better. Shopping. Half robot, half human detective approaches Lag. The god of destiny has placed a wager on him. Bring Perhaps he will understand to the weight of this wager someday soon. Don't you know that I'm part robot? Oh, I get it. That crystal ball's a light sensation scanner, isn't it? You've been using this trick to collect information on your customers. Bugger, perhaps he's not as stupid as he looks. I can see numerous threads of destiny entangled around his half-robot body. You should follow his heart and draw from this deck of Hugo cards. Like often offers an omen to lost wanderers. I've always found it best to humour the locals. Go on then, I'll take one. I see. An astronaut inverted in a tank of water. This represents adversity, no. It is an illusion, a room full of sculptures. 12th card of the Hugo deck, inverted in water. Although in a bad situation, it does provide a new angle to view the world. This could be the key to break through adversity. I should be searching for Brank instead of wasting my time on Hugo cards. Thanks, fortune teller. Impressive green face paint, by the way. Destiny. Quite the tarot card, upside down man. Hugo cards got their name from inventor Nebula Hugo. Planted 3 catastrophes of the Mars colony, genetic disease, and theoretical downtime. Yeah. Hugo cards combines tarot cards and fortune-telling tools that appeared among post-century technology and culture. Some superior Hugo cards. Prediction involves a quantum entanglement machine and an impulse wave of fixed stars. Wow. Okay. Well, we're making progress. Will he walk down the balcony? Why is he here? Now I'm doing the kind of... Oh, there's the cat. You're just the cutest little kitty. Yes, you are. I wish you would come visit every day. That bloody cat's getting more action than I've had in the last 15 years. Hello ladies. Hopefully my little assistant didn't annoy you too much. If you like cats, I have many at home. Do you want to come over to my place later to have a look at them? That's Jesus, pick-up line. But it's completely true. We have a house full of cats having a party. Looks like this little guy doesn't like what you've named him, Mr. Detective. You know who I am. It doesn't matter whether we know you or not if the king knows you. You snuck out here to have some fun. Miracle Street is bound to see some action. It turns out I'm busy today, so I'll have to show you the cat some other time. Okay, Mr. Detective, hope to see you again sometime. Welcome. Come and what? Just serve you. Us must be the virtual tour guide, Cannon. Looks like she's malfunctioning. If I want to ask her about Frank, I need her to be working properly. Okay, so main tasks, side tasks. Pavilion. Lights are off. That's been open in an hour. Does that chick go? Just don't know how I'm going to keep this shop running. Time's running out. What should I do? Who are you? Are you the one Nanko sent to help me? Goodness me, what took you so long? I'm actually not. I don't care who you are now. The show is about to begin, but I have 3 showgirls missing. Could you please help me bring them back for dress rehearsal? I'm not sure I can help find anyone. I'm not very familiar with this place. They couldn't have gone far, and I think they should still be on Miracle Street or in Nightflower Town. So will you give me a hand? Should I find the showgirls? Yes, sure. I'll go find them now. Oh my god, thank you. The 3 showgirls are Adi, who likes chatting with virtual salesmen, Lemony, who loves dogs, and Melite, who's addicted to VR games. Please hurry. Okay. Long silver hair that makes me hot with jealousy. Flirting with long silver hair. Okay, medium blonde and is a dog person. Let's say red hair and okay. Broken massage stick. The massage stick is the latest product from Fish Glue Entertainment, but the tip on this one looks completely shagged out. What is it with me and games with vibrators? Buzz. Yeah. Mysterious alley filled with strange noises. Literally says sex place. This must be the light control. Not so fast, trucker. Access to Mayo District is restricted. Please show your pass. Passes? This is getting ridiculous. The new policy came into effect last month. This area is now being managed using a pass system and the universal clock. Excuse me, lady, are you from the Rainbow Club? Excuse you, can't you see I'm having a pleasant conversation with this gentleman? Long silver hair, this is one of the missing showgirls, but she's busy chatting with the virtual salesperson. I wonder if I can find a way to shut him up. Virtual salesperson is certainly a small talker, but the team seems more interested in chatting than buying. Okay, an antique spring lock system. This takes me back. I need to push each of the locks back into place to open it. Damn it, you can't even trust virtual salesmen to stick around nowadays. We were talking just a second ago and now he's gone. Could have not. Looks like an interesting place. Deep learning processor. Like a human brain. I think rubbish is the first step to improving life for everyone. Makeup artist, Miracle Street's always busy. Can't go to Mayo District now. Why is that? A pass. Local sleep schedules. New policy. New policy every day. Miracle Street. Okay. Well, it's worth doing that because we got more information. And we don't even have a pass right now because our wallet got stolen. Okay. What, do you want to chat with me, mister? Francesca asked me to take you back for rehearsal. Am I not allowed to come out for some fresh air? I can't believe she sent me to find you, since you found me. Well, do you want to talk instead? Yeah, why not? I guess a shabby old guy like you might be desperate enough to stick around, no offense. What shall we talk about then? Brank. Do you know a robot named Brank? He's the maintenance worker for Canon. Oh, him. I know him. Rumour has that he has a thing for Canon, a robot and a virtual tour guide. Good match, huh? Now that you're asking, it occurred to me that he came to our club with some bigwig from a gang last week. He wasn't looking too good that day. I'm not into robots, though. What shall we talk about then? Isinglass Entertainment. I'm sure you're talking to the salesman from Isinglass Entertainment. Do they have good products? Come on, you're not jealous of a program, are you? Forget about him and come party at my club instead. Thanks for the offer, but you should come have a look. Apart from our dance performances, we have other programs and services as well. I'm a little rusty at this. It's fun talking to strangers once in a while. I should really be going back to that rehearsal. My stage name at the club is Aod. Is Aod? Just drop my name and you get a discount. You high-level VIPs can access turns to you want one of them, so get out of here now. Okay. Circuits from us. No wonder it's malfunctioning. If I can connect them correctly, we should be back in business. That should do it. Damn, it's still not working properly. I guess the problem must be with the projection equipment up top. Hey, William, knock it off and give me a hand. So your name is William, eh? It seems you're as smart as you are cute. Wow. More updates. Okay. I don't want to get distracted by talking to her, though. Because I have some other girls to find. Maybe I shouldn't have fixed that then. Welcome to Miracle Street. What can I do for you? I'd like to ask about your maintenance technician, Brank. Mr. Brank, he's a good person, very caring. He even talks with me about his dog. But I haven't seen him in the 3 days. I remember he was complaining of a bad headache. He might have gone to see Dr. Edward. Dr. Edward? I neglected to mention that Dr. Edward opened a private clinic, often seeing robots for free. Robots in the area almost always go to see him when they fall ill. The clinic is located in the C4 district of Nightflower Town. It can be accessed directly via Elevator C. Okay. Need to go back to the elevator then if it'll let us now. Mind you, if one of them likes doggies, then we might find Brent as well. Oh. Seriously? Stop snivelling and tell me, do you know what you did wrong? Yes, I do. Please forgive me, Lola. Ah, it's you. Here, please take this. I won't do it again. There. It's your wallet, mister. See if there's anything missing. Yes, everything's here. Thank you so much. Welcome. Don't worry, I'll teach him a lesson. Just slightly concerned now. We did gain Lola. 11. Charles's granddaughter. 10-year-old Robin. I mean, honestly, I just really needed the pass card. But look, changed him. Do not condone this. Dare you steal again? Didn't we talk about this already? I know. Please, Lola, no more. Not so fast. Show me your pass. White pass confirmed. You are now a winner, not a sucker. Please enter. According to new regulations, Nightflower Tower residents are required to synchronize their work and rest times with a new universal clock. Only people with a pass of a certain level can access the elevator. I trust that you'll follow these new regulations to the letter. Thank you for your cooperation, winner. Okay, well, we have to go this way. Okay, it's nearly 6. So, as it just saved, and we've got clear instructions, I'm going to go with back to main screen. We got a chunk of achievements today. Like 11 of them. The fact that there's 0G is annoying. But it's fine. We've got a chunk of achievements. We've made progress. We finished chapter 1. To be fair, we probably could have done that last time. And yeah, we solved a lot of side quests. Got a bunch of achievements. Quite pleased. We will probably, more than likely, continue this on stream another time. So, plan for next week is, I believe, Jesse and I are co-streaming on Tuesday. We're going to continue with Talos too. I should probably confirm that. At some point, I'm going to pick up my laptop. And then, I believe Thursday, Saturday, Sunday are good for streams. I don't know what I'm doing yet, though. It'll really depend on 12 days, what's in my backlog that I want to finish, because, you know, there's still another chapter in that Star Trek game, and some more of Quarry, along with a bunch of other things. So, we will see. So yeah. Thanks to ID Xbox for the code for this game. I'm kind of thinking that maybe I don't want to start any new games this year, and I want to just try and finish off stuff. So maybe this month will just be finishing off things, doing repeat streams where we've said we'll do repeat streams of stuff, you know, and try and like round up the year with some, you know, finishing off bits and bobs. Bunch of my RTDL. I think there's only like one new game on my RTDL anyway. So that sounds like a good plan. Don't start anything new, tidy up after yourself. Maybe we'll finish up Bean Dive. So yeah, that's probably going to be the plan. So as we already started Talos, that doesn't count. We will continue to play that one. Right, I'm going to go and babysit my casserole, and then eat it. So for now, thanks for watching. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. This was Tales of the Neon Sea. Enjoy this game. I'm getting a little tired. The 45 minutes just disappeared. I was like, oh, I'll find a convenient stopping place. Get engrossed in the story. Well, that was convenient. It was like, it's saved. That's gonna have to be convenient. So yeah. Okay, so I'll be back on Tuesday. Wednesday. I'm hoping that by Wednesday my computer's got its new partners fixed. Like, the new part is just a battery. Why do they not have batteries? At the workshop. But yeah, hopefully Wednesday, because although I've got meetings right up till 6, I'm not streaming, and it'll be, you know, and the Apple Store is open till late, I believe. I'll double check what the opening times are, but I think they're open in the evening, because I don't want to have to wait until the weekend to go pick it up. But that's the thing, we're trying to do it around work. It's either that or we Friday. Potentially leave slightly early on Friday. We will see. We will see. It's inconvenient not having access because, anyway, various reasons it's inconvenient. So hopefully we get back soon. So yeah, Friday's the 5th, Thursday's the 14th. So yeah, I'm gonna do more clips using my PC then instead of the laptop, because Join Combo shuts down on the 14th, so I need to take advantage of that. So probably do some more clip stuff today, tomorrow. Maybe I'll put, yeah. Anyway, you don't need to listen to my randomly babbling things. If you're looking for something else to go watch, then Zeus. Another Zeus button, hang on. Zeus is still streaming extra life stuff. Jesse's probably going to be on later, but I'm going to go rescue my casserole. Thank you all for being here today. You're all awesome. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Probably already said that. Remember like a sieve. Bye!